Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Youth Agenda on the Alternative Mind podcast. I am your host, Azana Craft, on the mic today, and I have here with me Mr. Kelvin. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon.
So, with these your glasses, are you sure you can, are you seeing the things that are happening in Nigeria?
Of course, I'll try my best.
Thank you for coming on today's episode. And on my left, I have Mr. Dan. I hope you're not in the lion's den.
No, I'm not.
Because the words on the street have it that the president, our daddy, has stripped, everybody of their escorts. The police officers have been guarding some people for some time now. So we may not have police people that will come and rescue you from the den. So please don't be in the den. So Mr. Kelvin, it's been on for a while now that the president have withdrawn police officers from VIP escorts. And lots of them, some of them have started, talking about it, giving little jabs about it. And a certain member representing Abaketum in Akwebom local government area, Mr. Jimbo, has said, he tried to say something that it's not just for the VIPs, but that the normal people can also hire, escort, that the country, having insecurity issues. Yeah. And I don't know, does it make sense to you? Do you think everybody in Nigeria can just, hire escorts?
For me, it doesn't make a complete sense because from what I read by that rep member, what he was trying to say is that every Nigeria can get a security person, a police officer guiding them. Yeah, but that is not possible because if you look at the population we have in the country compared to that of the population of police officers we have, there's a wide difference. Yes, we have over 200 million people, and I don't think the police officers have more than 50 million. Yes, so there's a wide difference. That is one. And number two, the police force was created to safeguard the community against crime, against theft, robbery, kidnapping, and the rest. But most of the time, instead of them being at this community, they will now take them, deploy them back to VIPs. You see one VIP getting more than 10 to 20 police escorts all to themselves, just one VIP.
Why?
So leaving our communities, our highways and everything empty.
Yes.
For all these bandits, intruders, thieves, criminals to come and cause more chaos.
And I think that's why they're having so much leverage to enter into these communities very easily because there are no security there.
Yes. So I don't think that makes any sense. Probably that guy is just trying to blackmail the government, by saying that. Yeah, basically. So that is it.
Blackmail the government. Okay, so Mr. Dan, let's leave the blackmail first because we know what these people bring on when things are being taken away from them. So is withdrawal of this police from VIPs, do you think it's a genuine kind of security reform or just a normal political slogan with minimal impact? Because a lot has always been said, but is it really going to work this time?
Like I said, I think it's both because the president's a politician, definitely. So sometimes you do some things politically. Also, in a way, I think it's going to help because the country cannot be going through security crisis and then an individual as one man is having about 10 armed men in his custody in the name of escort. So I think it's a very good decision. It's a good choice because earlier you said a senator or somebody said
a member
of said every Nigerian is a VIP. Yes, every Nigerian is a VIP. But how many Nigerians are treated as VIPs?
Yes, exactly.
So you see, there's partiality in it, and I don't think there's anywhere it's stated in the constitution that some persons are to have personal securities, and then why some don't in the name of VIP. I've got where I think is where every citizen is meant to have access to security. So I think it's a very nice choice from the president. So we join.
Now talk about security. Why should one VIP or some political, person have more than 2 or 3? Why should somebody be going out and you already have an entourage? You have like 5 cars following you, because if you keep to everything as a leader, like the policies you make, you're a lawmaker, if you keep to all of these laws, why are you in fear? Because I feel like is that a mindset thing? Or is it fear?
I won't say it's fear completely. I think it's just the black man's mindset.
It's a black man's mindset
of trying to be there, trying to show off, when they are there, right? Yes, it's not, even in this country that we are in now, Nigeria, it's not only the political office holders that are even holding, getting this large number of entourage behind them.
I agree with you.
Like Professor Wole Soyinka said yesterday that on a news article I read yesterday, he said he was complaining of the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu, right?
Okay.
Is that he was complaining of the large number of security police officers.
I mean, why
that are
does he have
guiding him.
large number of people guarding? He's not holding any political position. Why does he have all of that?
Probably because he's the president's son and he's the first son of Nigeria. So
really?
I think that is why.
Wow. I see.
Yeah. So the large number of entourage, like an eyewitness account, from an eyewitness account, he said that there are over 20 vehicles following Sheyi Tinubu.
Over 20 vehicles
over 20,
following Sheyi Tinubu.
No, just for being the president's son, right? So now coming down to if Sheyi Tinubu can have such large numbers of entourage, police officers, guiding
without
him,
even a political position,
just by relationship, because you are the president's son. Then come to think of what will even the president, the vice president, and the senators,
and the people who are actually the VIPs.
Yes. So when you compare our own politicians with that of the Western world, the Western world, you see their politicians there, they live freely like every other human being.
Don't you also think because they are actually living, rights, like morally upright?
Yes, I think because they are doing their work. Yeah, because an average politician there is out to serve. Basically, it's not really out to come and fill their bank accounts. They are out to serve. So I think because they are doing their own job very well. They are representing their people very well. So they have no fear whatsoever. They can board the train alongside other masses and nobody will even feel anything. So I think that is it.
So absolutely, we are coming down to the fact that some of them live in fear, constant fear of not having to do what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
Which means they are also thinking that the youth or some people could mob them on the streets or could attack them because they feel like, they're the ones, eating the national cake only to themselves. So now that brings me to you, Mr. Dan. Do you think that the public trusts the police for youth safety amidst all of this crisis?
Okay, the police's job is to safeguard the citizens. But when it comes to the youth now, I don't think the police don't have a good relationship.
Yes, I think there's a problem with the youth and the police.
Yeah.
It feels like citizen, but then when it comes to youth, are we outsiders? I really want to know.
Not outsiders, but okay, now, like, as for me, I'm a student leader. So we have securities, like police officers. There's a bridge in front of my school, so we have police officers there. So most times we get reports from students that the police officers stop them and demanded for money or something, just like that. Yeah. Because maybe they saw them with a big phone and then they make up assumptions that this guy is into criminal act or fraud or something. So they just make assumptions. So this actually has been a challenge between the youths and the security personnel because of how they tend to abuse the youths in most cases and they trample on their rights. They make up sometimes they even get to frame this the youth up allegedly though. So I don't think there is going to be a proper relationship, but if the police are out there to do their job, we can stop them.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you very much for that. So Mr. Kelvin, so do you think this policy redistributing, the resources actually reaches? Is it going to reach vulnerable communities, vulnerable communities, if they redistribute all of these police officers who have been guarding the VIPs to those communities that are being, affected, especially where the youth are affected?
I think the first question we should be asking now is how long will this policy last? Okay. Yes. Like what Mr. Dan said the other time, we were talking about what are the true intentions of the president. Is it truly try to solve insecurity or they're trying to play politics? Remember, it's coming out for second term as president.
And I had buses already flying all over.
Campaign they've started on low-key.
Issues.
Yes. So now I feel that one he just did that to gain the people's trust. Okay. Yes. So now the police, will they be ready to go back to these communities? Number one, will the police last? Number two, would the police be ready to go back to the communities to serve the people, to protect the people? Would they be ready? Would they be ready to leave the politician's house and their convoys go back to these communities? So the police force actually need a reorientation. The police force actually need a retraining. okay, to retrain their mind, to retrain their focus, and to also know them, to also show them their priorities. What are their priorities? Their priorities is not just some set of VIPs. Their priorities is the Nigerian people, and their priorities is not their focus should not be to be intimidating the Nigerian youth, okay? Because I think this intimidation of the Nigerian youth has been there for a very long time now, and that is what brought about the NSAS protest.
Yes.
So that intimidation should stop. The youth should be able to be comfortable with the police force and be able to, report cases to the police force, and the police force should be able to be active to respond to such reports. Not that the one they report them, they will like idle away or disappear or something, or come after everything is done. No, that is medicine after death.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so are you actually also aware, Mr. Dan, that in most cases when youths are involved and they go to the police station to report cases, somehow the matter is always turned against the youth, even when it is clear that the police and whatever problem on ground is not from the youth. Somehow it feels like there's this war, unending war between the police trusting the youth and the youth having to actually make police their friend, because that's their slogan, the police is your friend. Are they actually our friends?
The police is your friend, they say, but I don't think they actually are our friends the way they say, because of the way they tend to do some things. And in most cases, the today police we have actually turned the youths to, should I say, an ATM withdrawal now. No, they do it a lot. Whenever they see a youth looking good, dressed up well, they just want to, you can just stop you and say they want to check your phone, they want to check your item. Like it's not friendly. That's actually abusive also.
Yeah, invading your privacy
invading
too.
privacy. Just stop you. They say they want to check your phones. And then in most cases now you see whenever the youth see the police now, they are running there, looking for where to hide because of how the police have actually been with the youth.
So finally, Mr. Kelvin, before we wrap up, because this conversation is very, very interesting, and with the way things are happening, we might just extend and go into the time that we're not supposed to go into. What models of other security can we embrace outside, the whole escort stuff?
Okay. I think what we should try to do, like other countries, even South Africa here, is doing that already. We should embrace private security firms. Okay. We should embrace private security firms.
More private, because we actually have private security firms.
Yes, we have them. They should policies should be enacted that will be friendly to operations of private security firms. Okay. Yeah, so that these firms will come in. Those VIPs that will be able to afford to hire these security officials, we hire them, okay, and they will be able to leave the police officers, alone for the government to serve the people truly.
All right, thank you very much for coming on this episode, and I hope you picked a thing or two there. Well, the question still remains, how long is this going to continue, and is it going to actually be something that is going to stay? Has it come to stay that the police is actually going to go into the communities and work for the people, for the youth, or are they just going to, it's just going to be a thing of a little time and then they're already back to the places where they enjoy comfortability? Join us next time on Youth Agenda. I remain your host, Hosanna Okrafo. Bye for now.